To introduce the President, it's my pleasure to introduce Blake Jones, President of now Namaste. I told him if I didn't say it right, he could call me Bidden. But Namaste Solar. In 4 years, this company has grown from 3 people to 60 owner-employees and have become one of the leading installers of photoelectric panels here in the state of Colorado. And I expect they have ambitions that go beyond that, and I hope they succeed. In fact, Bill Ritter isn't just a governor, he's a customer. Namaste installed, as he mentioned, the solar panels on the governor's mansion. And despite Namaste's success, without the Recovery and Reinvestment Bill that the President is about to sign, I think the President would tell you he was a little worried he might have to take other action in spite of all the progress that has been made. That may have included layoffs. But with this bill, he's going to be looking to hire, not fire, hire. And that's the difference between that this investment is going to make, and why we're so happy to be here today. So please join me in welcoming Blake Jones.
Thank you, Vice President Bidden. Again, my name is Blake Jones, and I'm the President and CEO of Namaste Solar. We're a small business based here in Colorado, and we design and install solar electric systems for homes, businesses, nonprofits, and government entities. We also specialize in designing systems for museums that have good rooftops for presidential tours. So we can't get to Arizona or whatever's next fast enough, but maybe next time we'll get them to come back. As the Governor and the Vice President said, our company has grown very quickly. We've grown from 3 to 55 employees in just the past 3 years. And in this fast growth, we're not alone. This fast growth is representative of what thousands of other small businesses throughout the country have experienced in the solar industry and in other green industries. But despite this past success, we're very concerned about our future. And over the past few months, our company has been preparing for a drastic downturn in our business this year. It started with a hiring freeze, then we slashed budgets, then we cut work for our subcontractors, then we slashed budgets again, and then we were faced with difficult, challenging conversations about laying people off. But now, because of the stimulus bill that the President will sign today, our pessimistic outlook has been injected with new hope and optimism. And this weekend I called CEOs of other solar companies to compare notes about what we saw in the stimulus bill. And the overwhelming consensus is that this stimulus bill will immediately benefit companies like ours. Now, demand for solar is almost overwhelming. It's been growing very rapidly. It continues to grow. But despite this, over the past 6 months, we've had dozens of projects that have been on hold, almost entirely due to the uncertainty and instability in capital markets. Among many other things in the stimulus bill, there are provisions that will directly address this, that will open up the markets again and harness the power of the private sector to finance these projects, these wrench-ready projects, so that they can move forward right away. This in turn will allow us to not only maintain jobs that otherwise would have been lost this year, but it will also allow us to begin hiring again. And this is for a company that was used to hiring an employee a month. The hiring freeze has been strange for us, but we will begin hiring again. And we now have plans to increase our workforce by 20% this year and 40% through 2010. we're just one small business, creating 1 to 2 dozen jobs. But the point I want to stress is that there are thousands of small businesses, just like ours, that will be doing the same thing. Our trade association, the Solar Energy Industries Association, estimates that as a direct result of this stimulus bill, U.S. solar companies will create 69,000 good-paying jobs this year and almost double that number over the next 2 years. And we're hoping that the thousands of carpenters, plumbers, electricians, roofers, salespeople, marketing people, and executives that have been laid off by the building industries, that they'll consider joining us in the solar industry to help us install millions of solar panels on homes and businesses throughout the United States. Now, it's important that we talk about the creation of all types of jobs, but in this day and age, it's particularly important that we're talking about the creation of green jobs, because green industries are going to be some of the most important and fastest growing industries in the 21st century, and we're at a crossroads. We cannot afford to be left behind. We must seize this opportunity to make sure that the United States takes a leadership position in this movement. And furthermore, there is a unique claim that we can make about green jobs, and that's that green jobs aren't just good for those of us that have them. Green jobs are good for everyone. There are widespread benefits such that with every green job we create, our nation takes one step closer towards achieving energy independence, strengthening national security, bolstering the economy, protecting the environment, and improving public health all at the same time. We're very fortunate to have leadership that understands this, particularly leaders like Governor Ritter, Vice President Biden, and the next speaker. And without further ado, it is my great pleasure to introduce the President of the United States of America, Barack Obama.